Alright, day 24. We're just gonna let it rip before I get a window knock. I'm at my third Walmart of the day. I've just been working my day down the freeway on my way to Crunch Fitness. Someone on TikTok gave me a free shower, so I gotta pretend like I'm there to work out. I'm gonna have to put on shoes before I go in. I can't just walk in my shower shoes and walk out in them. But I have a DoorDash scheduled in 45 minutes in the area I'm in. So I'm in a Walmart parking lot just waiting on that. So today could work out really well. I realized from a story structure perspective, we're deep in Act 2. We're at what's called the Dark Night of the Soul, which is like the bottom of the bottom, the low of the low before you get redemption and rejuvenation and you find your way out. I got this back due car insurance payment that's $220. I've been drinking a lot of coffee on an empty stomach. So I'm in debt and homeless. Ooh. So once I catch up on this, which will be like Saturday or Sunday, somewhere around there. It's due Saturday, but hopefully if I pay it by Monday, there's no late fees. But I schedule dashing all week when I'm not working so that I can hopefully pay it on time regardless. But I sprained my ankle at work on Friday, my 4th day out of 5. 2 days I did beverage, heavy lifting and backstocking of gallons and gallons of liquid. So that was the beginning of the Dark Night of the Soul, and the end of it will be paying my car insurance, or finishing the dashing to have the money to pay car insurance. And then we're on to Act 3. But this is day 24, so day 22 to day 28 is the bottom of the low. We're about to find our way out of this. I think this series is going to be 30 days, not 40. It's going to be my first 30 days homeless. Because after that, it's going to be kind of a repetition of everything. And it's getting harder to find spots to film. I just dropped into a Walmart up the road, but there was a pickup truck with its headlights on, running its engine, and I couldn't get away from it. The only spot I could park was a few rows away, in its view. So I would have had to put my window shade up. But that itself's creepy. It makes them think I'm hiding something. And I don't just want to be talking to myself. So yeah, that about sums it up, LOL. It's gonna feel good to pay that car insurance, and I am in debt $40K to the credit card companies, but those are all in collections, and I expect to go bankrupt on that. But the debt to USAA for car insurance is a 1 month back due that I keep letting roll, and I can't let it roll anymore. I'm gonna get a canceled policy, and I live out of my car, so I have to pay it. So we're gonna try to make $75 door dashing this week, which should take 2.5 days. Today, I don't need to DoorDash because Wednesday and Thursday will be big. But actually, on Wednesday, I'm gonna schedule morning. 4 to 6:30 sounds good. I've been waking up so early. I woke up at 11 p.m. today. I was out of my campsite by 11:30, and I've just been kind of killing time posting to TikTok. So I now dash in multiple zones a day. That's what we just scheduled. On Wednesday, I'm gonna dash north of my doctor's appointment by an hour, then go to the doctor, and then after, do an hour and a half in the area of my doctor's appointment. That's pretty cool. That's adaptation. I wonder what Act 1 was. I think Act 1 of this story was probably my first 2 weeks. Maybe the first week. No, the break into 2 was when I started to say I was getting comfortable and I was finding my rhythms. And then things still went wrong. And that's what Act 2 is all about. And then they go wrong and wrong and wrong. And you're making money at your day job, but you sprain your ankle. You hurt your knee. your back's hurt. I mean, my back hurt was like step one. My back is kinked from sleeping in my car, and it just hasn't gone away. Driving in my car. I'm so big. I'm 6'4". I can't even DoorDash with the right posture. If I sit up, quote, straight in my car, my back is in an exaggerated S position. Like my lumbar's curved correctly, but way too much. And then my thoracic spine is curved the other way correctly, but way too much. So at crunch today, I actually will do something on the floor. I'm gonna bring in my peanut, and then hopefully they have a foam roller to support my hips while I undulate, roll back and forth on my thoracic spine, kind of sit at each vertebrae for a little while, then do some rolls up and down with the peanut. We'll see. But I don't have to go to crunch until like around 7, because I'm gonna dash from 5 to 6:30, maybe. That's just my alibi if a police comes to my car right now. Like, why are you sitting talking to yourself in the Walmart parking lot? Why are you up so late? I'd be like, I'm up early. I normally work in the morning stocking groceries, and the day I'm DoorDashing. But I parked right under the Walmart camera because I got nothing to hide. So that's about it. Day 24. I told you I'm running out of things to say and places to hide. Places to film. I feel like everywhere I film, I'm disturbing people, or people are eavesdropping. Or my paranoia, though. My paranoia is really down. Oh yeah. I slept yesterday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at my campsite. I went up to the New Forest. I didn't have time to cook because I napped all day, but it was a major sleep catch up. And then I slept from like 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. So that was like my normal sleep cycle. I only slept 4 hours my normal sleep cycle, but I had slept 6 during the day. I needed it so bad. I was hitting a wall, you know, on road trips, like the 12th hour you're driving where your eyelids just shut. That was me in the mornings after coffee. So it's like, that's a huge wake-up call, or like a huge tip, is like camping during the day is how you can nap. Like, I didn't have my fly on, the breeze was coming through my tent, the sun was warming me, it was perfect. So today, that's actually the plan too. Today I'm gonna try to get to a campsite like before noon, disinfect my mess kit, and then cook a dinner. I think it's gonna be broccoli and cheddar fettuccine or whatever, because the broccoli probably is still good. It was in my car overnight, and it was overnight lows at like refrigerator. And then I'm gonna boil it first, so that should disinfect any surface bacteria. Plus I'm kind of in the mood for cheesy pasta. And the other stuff will actually keep. I don't wanna waste the broccoli. Getting some love on TikTok. 1 follower unfollowed. I hope it was like a spam account that got caught, because it would feel bad if people are reacting so poorly that they unfollow. Let's see what's going on. Well, I got 3 likes since I last checked a few minutes ago. So on TikTok, we're up to day 11. In real life, we're up to day 24. And it's always surprising, guys, like, you have to post everything Opus Clips gives you, because it's so surprising what does well. Honestly, it's usually the short videos that make no sense. Like the long journal entries that are heartfelt, or like, I have one where I actually tear up. It's like the only time I teared up this whole campaign since I got out of the psych ward and been homeless. I thought that would go gangbusters, but nobody watched it. It has like 3 views, or maybe at some point, like, go try to find it, I guess. If I pick up on other networks, like maybe that will matter. But I was like, I gotta post this. This is like definitely the low point. I thought that was the low of the low, but like fading this car insurance payment with a sprained ankle and having to go to Target. Damn it, I said it again. Having to go to my retail job and like deal with the sprained ankle stocking heavy shit. But like knowing that that's actually better for my ankle than in a work shoe than DoorDashing, where I have to press the clutch on my manual car with the same foot. It's like real dicey. I'm pushed, rock in a hard place, rocks on all sides. So, gotta make sure my doors are locked. So yeah, I slept good. I'm on my second cup of coffee. I took a glorious shit, like, it was definitely baked brownies. I needed to go when I woke up at camp, but I was like, and I was in the country, man. This other forest is in buttfuck nowhere. It took me an hour to get to like a small town. And I bought my coffee and cigarettes, sat in the car for 10 minutes, and then I went back and used the shitter. And it was like, wow, my body is compatible. It's like totally working for me. My bowel movements are timed based on when I have access. Before I was homeless, I used to have really bad bowel movements, and I thought it was side effects of my medicine, but honestly, it was binge eating on cannabis. It makes so much sense, because now, oh man, you hear the rumble. That's just the coffee on the empty stomach, but yeah, I'm gonna grab a granola bar out of my stash. But without cannabis, I'm not like doing all my eating at night, so I'm not waking up needing to go so bad. I eat modest-sized meals. I ate Chipotle 4 days in a row, and it still didn't give me any problems because I was like my main meal, you know. It was like 75% of what I ate that day. So this project to me means a lot now because I see it holistically. I see what it is. It's not 40 days. It's not 28. It's going to be 30. Act 3 will really be like a 3-day epilogue. Tying it all up, like how do I feel after catching up on car insurance? What does it look like going forward? Do I expect to be homeless indefinitely? How long do I expect? Am I transitioning to become a Bedouin? How long am I going to stay at my seasonal day job? Have I lost the job because my body broke down? It should wrap up pretty quickly, but Act 1 and Act 2 were long. I don't know, let's brainstorm what the third series will be. Second series is definitely cooking on my tiny little camp backpacking stove. I almost want to do the third series in a new place, and I'll keep my location secret until that series is ready. So that's obviously coming up before series 5. It'll be car camping in a new national forest, but maybe I could do a screenwriting series. That'd be really fun. I could do breakdowns of everything I wrote. That might be better than a basics of screenwriting because there's so much content out there. I could do a basics of screenwriting from a established amateur. We could do it directly from my scripts. So you could break down the stories I've written as teaching tools. That has legs. Someone asked me what type of screenplays do I like to write. Always dark comedy, crime, thriller. Like always crime, almost always thriller, almost always dark comedy. I've only written one serious movie, and it still has a lot of gags and jokes and some slapstick even. Like I'm a pretty highbrow guy, but like when I'm writing, day of, when I'm on the pages, going from outline to pages, like if I'm feeling quirky, I'll snag the moment and stick in a joke. I'm chewing on a Kind bar, but it's rosemary flavor. Yes, rosemary. They were on clearance. I bet you can't find them wherever you're at. man. I might need to find a 24-hour restroom and buy a pack of cigarettes just to make me legit. I won't smoke them today because I already bought a pack, but that would be the strategy. Walmarts don't open until 6, so being nocturnal is actually pretty troublesome. Your only shots are gas stations, and then a lot of times the map will show that it's 24 hours, but that's just the gas pumps. So your best bet is something called a truck stop. Like, look in Google Maps for truck stops, which is what I'm about to do. And just like last week of videos, unfortunately, should all be done before sunrise. Maybe. It's just so hard to find quiet places during the day. At this point, like, I'm no longer manic. I'm highly sensitive to, like, what works and doesn't in this lifestyle. And filming during the day just doesn't work. I'm gonna pause it real quick to go to the bathroom. I'm farting a lot, and it better just be gas. Like, God willing, I will not shit my pants for the first time homeless. That will ruin my day. Like, totally ruin my day. If it gets sprayed down somewhere, I might go to a car wash. That would be hilarious. That's the best I could do, though. Spray myself down under my clothing without, well, people will see. I don't even have any dollar bills, though. That's a good reason to keep $10 in my wallet. There's so many things you need cash for, only cash, but like you wouldn't think of them until you need them, like washing shit off your legs in a car wash. Alright, I gotta stop the coffee because my stomach is like wanting a bathroom. So let's look up. This is like game time decision. This is you inside my life, which we will look for a truck stop. I should have waited at the last one. You really want like there's a travel plaza. It's funny because I'm like going further than I actually need to. It's past crunch, but it's like exactly what I need. Yeah, 100% I gotta go here, like now. It's 8 minutes away, it's open. It's well lit. It's got 3 stars. Phillips branded gas station. Alright, I'm gonna hang out with you for like 2 more minutes, but I might regret it. We'll let this fart come. It's funny because I feel constipated, but I'm also like, I have that constipation pain, but I'm also farting. So it's like real sketchy. When I get there, I'm gonna drink an orange juice, but I'm not gonna do it now because I need this to fucking work for me. So this video will be 20 minutes, which is actually my goal time. Oh, what else happened yesterday? Like a game warden came and asked me if I had been hunting. See if I had been illegally like getting animals without tagging, like poaching. He said, at the end, he was like, have you heard any shots? And I was like, no, I was napping. I think it would have woke me up. So I think that was just a question. Like, I've been a bartender and you ask questions to suss people out. So I think, you know, whether they're already inebriated or under the influence of something, or whether their ID is real. So I think like that's like a truth-telling question. Have you heard any shots if you've shot? But he looked deep into my campsite at my tent. I could see his eyes scan. I think he was looking for blood, basically, blood or flies. But my trunk was popped all day while I was napping, which is kind of like hunter behavior. But what's interesting is he didn't walk around to look at the trunk because it wasn't in plain view. He was just at my driver's side door. And so I realized, like, wow, he couldn't do the search of my trunk even though it was open, because that would have required him to do more than my tone and the content of the conversation required, because I could have had a deer in my trunk. But I guess he didn't see flies, so maybe that's a moot point. But that was stressful, man, because I looked up, like, their tone was definitely like state trooper. It felt like they could arrest me, and I looked it up with AI, and they actually can arrest you. Like, another reason not to smoke pot if it's not legal in your state is game wardens, like Fish and Game, can arrest you, especially if you're in a national forest. I mean, you can tell them it's a hemp product, but I don't think they're going to have much sympathy. They're going to book you and release you, catch and release, even if you have that alibi. Well, it's a real alibi, because you can only buy hemp here. So you buy it, you smoke it, but like then they just presume it's illegal. Anyways, like, so that happened yesterday. That was after my nap, thank God. I was groggy, and like, you know how you're a little out of it after your nap. I think that's why he like hung around and asked me more than one question. But I answered well. AI says you gotta be respectful. You don't need to say that much, and then they leave, and that's exactly what happened. They didn't even wave. They came back up the same road, and I waved, but they just looked straight ahead. So, but that was different, because in the other forest, it was just like park ranger enforcement, and their truck says law enforcement, but this one said game warden, and it was 2 people with sidearms. So yeah, the vibe was a lot different. So I guess it's like abuts private property. So my feeling is someone who has private property, they listen, and they heard a shot that was like too close to their house, so they complained. That's my guess. Because like, a shot in and of itself is not illegal. It's not an indication of a crime. So there must have been someone hunting on private land, or like right on the border, and someone was a negative Nancy or fairly called it in, and then I was on the other side of it experiencing the enforcement. But I won't go to that campsite again, because the road is so sketchy. Like, it's not even really 4-wheel drive. It's that the middle is thicket. There's the tire tracks, but then the thicket is grown up to be as tall as the clearance of a pickup truck. So my whole underboard is scraping against pretty thick bushes. So I have to drive with one of my tires over the bushes, and then one of my tires pretty damn close to the edge of the right or left side of the road, just to protect like my oil filter and everything else. I'm not a mechanic. Oil filter is the thing I check just to see if shit got broke. But yesterday I bottomed out on like a shitty part of the road, and it scraped everything, and I actually thought my car had lost oil pressure, but it was just, I was in second gear and I wasn't giving it enough gas. So I actually drove like in and out of that place 10 minutes in first gear, which I don't know if you're a mechanic, tell me if that hurts your car. But I was going so slow in first gear, I almost stalled a couple times in first gear, which I've never done. But that's why we have first gear. I was always confused why I have first gear. It's for dirt roads, man. Narrow dirt roads to campsites. Oh, I shouldn't be touching my eyes, but I haven't showered since last Saturday or last Friday. So it's been over a week since I've showered. So, and the place my punch card works is closed on Sundays. That's why we're going to Crunch. We basically drove like all in an hour out of our way, like 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, just for this shower and shave. Because we work at our retail job tomorrow. So that's responsibility. That's hygiene while homeless. But also, like, touching my eye like that, I wouldn't be so creeped out anymore. You have to do it. I've washed my hands, but like my face is dirty because it's 10 days of shit on my face. So my hands are clean, but I'm rubbing stuff on my eyelids. There might be bacteria or viruses or stuff, or even just dirt on my eyelids that I'm rubbing into my eye. So it's very important I go shower today. I almost forgot the truck stop. That's a good sign. So it's 8 minutes away, and then once we're done with that, we can situate ourselves with our shoes on and all the bags we're going to bring into crunch so we don't look homeless. You have to kind of game plan before you get out of your car, before you even park. Before you even park, you gotta you gotta know how you want to approach that parking lot. You gotta hide shit. I'm gonna smoke one more cig with you guys. Run it out to 30. I don't think I should wait. I love you guys. Last Spot on the Left signing off. Don't forget to hit subscribe, donate to Last Spot on the Left, direct on YouTube if I've already gotten that unlocked with 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. Or you can Venmo me directly, Last Spot on the Left, all lowercase, Last Spot on the Left. Peace out. See you in the next video.